The irony of what is happening to Discord right now is, not going to lie, pretty staggering. Just like a few weeks ago, we watched as pretty much the multi-billion-dollar corporation attempted to force the entire platform into like a digital ID plan. Like they wanted you to either scan like your face or upload like a digital ID and surrender your anime just to sit in like a voice call. Discord promised us that it was like for safety, but people are smarter than that, and people push back against like this update. People canceled the subscriptions and things like that, and they were forced to delay their massive age verification rollout. But people thought that we had like won the war for now. Now Discord would like retreat. But the thing is, we were wrong, because the story didn't end with like a victory. Because while Discord was trying to spy on people, they left their actual back door wide open. Now you could say the hunter has become the hunted. And pretty much the United States government is stepping in to do exactly what we warned Discord would happen. To understand the absolute nightmare that Discord is facing right now internally, we do have to look at the massive legal nuke that was just dropped onto their headquarters. So Florida Attorney General, I believe his name is James Utmir, stepped up to a podium and officially declared war on the platform. He launched a sweeping civil investigation and served Discord with a massive legal subpoena. The government is, no longer asking like nicely. Like they are demanding that Discord immediately hand over all internal documents that's regarding their marketing age verification processes, content moderation protocols, and also parental control features. During the press conference, the attorney general like uttered a phrase that should terrify every executive there at the company. He said that many of our criminal investigations into internet child like predators lead to one place: Discord. The state of Florida, they pretty much are labeling Discord as the ultimate hunting ground for like the worst people on this planet. And they're accusing the platform of allowing like preds to operate massive like underground like networks. The most damning part of this entire investigation is the exact pipeline the government has exposed. So according to the state's like official findings, predators aren't just like magically finding like targets on Discord. Instead, they're using like massive popular spaces like Roblox, for example, and also even Fortnite somehow to make initial contact. But they sit in these games, build trust with little kids, and the very second they have like an opening, they funnel these kids directly into private Discord servers. Why? Well, it's because the predators know exactly what the community has known for years. And as Discord's private servers are essentially like, pretty lawless, and they're like wastelands. And once you move a little kid off a conversation on Roblox and into like a locked Discord channel, the safety rails, they're just gone. And the Attorney General is specifically like hammering like Discord for this exact vulnerability. The absolute like hypocrisy here is what makes the situation, kind of satisfying to watch. Like Discord wanted to treat like everyday gamers sort of as like criminals by forcing them to scan their ID just to make sure they're like a good kid. But they couldn't even manage to like clean up the verifiable like criminal networks like operating in their own platform. Like it's pretty crazy. But the panic inside Discord's headquarters isn't just coming from Florida, because this is like, by multiple states like attacks. For example, Texas Attorney General, I believe his name is Ken Paxton, he has aggressively like expanded his own sweeping like investigation into the platform under the Securing Children Online Through Parental Empowerment Act. So Texas, like, they're not just looking for like privacy or safety violations. Like they are actively like investigating like Discord's role in the radicalization of like youth extremist content, and also the addictiveness of like the platform's like design. Like between Florida, Texas, and also other lawsuits filed by like states like I think New Jersey as well, Discord is being cornered by some state governments, like some powerful legal entities, and they're being hit with civil investigative demands that force them to peel back like the curtain and show the government exactly how their like algorithm operates. And for a company that has always like thrived on like the promise of private like private communities and storage, having the government like demand access to your internal like moderation logs, it's like a death sentence. Discord has always struggled to prove to investors that they can actually be a profitable, clean, advertising-friendly platform. Like they built their massive like monthly active user base by being like the the wild west of gaming communication. But as they prepare for like a potential like IPO and try to transition into like a mainstream like social media giant, that reputation is kind of turning into like a liability. Like when the government publicly like brands your platform as like a safe haven for like Diddy people and exploitation and extremism, things like that, like advertiser money kind of evaporates overnight. Like major brands do not want the logo sitting next to like crazy headlines about like state subpoenas and like federal investigations. Like this is the exact like reason why Discord attempted the whole like age verification rollout in like the first place. Like they were desperately like trying to put like a band-aid over a gaping wound, hoping that the government would just back up. But it kind of backfired spectacularly, and they kind of ended up getting raided by the state itself. Like we're currently witnessing what could be described as like a massive power vacuum in like the gaming space. And Discord's complete failure to protect its users is going to have like ripple effects across like the entire industry. Like the government right now is using Discord as like a sacrificial lamb. If Florida and Texas like successfully force Discord to rip up their privacy policies and implement like crazy like state managed surveillance tools like across all private servers, it will definitely set a terrifying legal precedent for every other like messaging app on the market. Like the days of simply like making a server, inviting your friends, and just talking freely, they're kind of under threat because Discord's like incompetence like handed the government the perfect like excuse to step in. Like this is why the community like the community's like backlash against the digital ID mandate was like pretty important, because by rejecting their system, like the community proved that the users like still hold like some power, and like we kind of exposed that corporate surveillance doesn't like actually stop bad actors. Like it just like punishes the innocent. Like the corporate gaslighting coming out of Discord's PR department right now is like reaching historic levels. Like they're releasing like generic statements pretty much claiming that safety is a priority, and that they use like advanced technology to find and remove content. Like you cannot simply claim to have advanced safety teams when like state attorney generals are literally having press conferences to discuss and like announce that your platform is the #1 destination for internet preds. Like the community has seen that data breaches, like we've seen that, and we have seen like exactly how little Discord actually like cares about the users who like built their empire. Like they're perfectly chill with like making a bunch of random accessories and banning a user for no reason, but they require a federal subpoena to actually clean up the darkest corners of their app. This entire investigation proves that self-regulation in the tech industry is a complete myth. Like Discord forgot that monopolies fall the hardest when the foundation is like being rotten. The era of Discord reigning absolute supremacy is kind of coming to an end. Like they are no longer like the cool like gaming adults underground like built for gamers. Like they are a massive terrified corporation right now, currently scrambling to hide their internal documents from like the US government. Like they tried to play like God with our data, and they tried to force like the whole like ID stuff onto like people, but they completely like failed, and now they are paying like the ultimate price. Like the hunter is kind of being hunted right now, and the very like system they built is collapsing underneath like the weight of its own incompetence. So as like legal lawsuits keep flying and the executives are currently panicking, remember like power comes from like collective action. Like work together, guys. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you have anything to say in the comments, just let me know, and yeah, I'll see you next time.